So Chris, you've served for 3 years. Can you tell me a little bit about the job of town moderator?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me today, Lindsay. And I'm running for re-election as town moderator. I don't have an opponent this year, which I'm grateful for, and hope that that's at least in some part an indication that people think that I've done a reasonably good job in my first term. The town moderator has 3 or 4 specific responsibilities under our town bylaw and under state law. First and foremost, it's my responsibility to run the town meeting and the annual and any special town meetings that take place during the year. The annual town meeting is scheduled every year for the 3rd week in May, and special town meetings are called by the selectmen as needed during the course of the year. And sometimes there will even be a special town meeting within the annual town meeting if the circumstances require that an article or several articles be added to the annual town meeting warrant. But so the town moderator's function is to run the town meeting, to make sure that the proper procedures are followed, that each article on the town meeting warrant is properly moved and seconded and then discussed by town meeting representatives, that the necessary votes are taken on the articles on the town meeting warrant, and that the votes are recorded by the town clerk. At the conclusion of town meeting, the votes on all of the articles are compiled by the town clerk, submitted to the moderator for approval, and then sent on to the State Attorney General's office for review, and then ultimately filed with the permanent records of the town of Shrewsbury. Another one of my functions as moderator is to make certain appointments to town boards and commissions. The most well-known of those boards is the Town Finance Committee. There are 9 members of the Finance Committee, and each member has a term that expires in 3 years. So each year there are 3 members whose terms expire, and I have the responsibility of appointing or reappointing members of the Finance Committee every year. Secondly, the moderator appoints the members of the Town Personnel Board. There are 3 members of the Personnel Board. Again, they serve 3-year terms, so each year, each June 30th, 1 member of the Personnel Board and 3 members of the Finance Committee have their terms expire, and I have to appoint or reappoint the Personnel Board members along with the Finance Committee. And the 3rd and final committee or commission that I have appointing authority over is the Lake Quinsigamond Commission. That commission is made up of representatives of the City of Worcester and the towns that have any land at all on Lake Quinsigamond. And Shrewsbury has several members on the Lake Commission. The Chief of Police is a member, or someone he delegates from the police department, and there is a member appointed by the moderator every 3 years who must come from the Town Conservation Commission. So every 3 years I will appoint or reappoint the person to that commission. The only other responsibilities that a moderator has, in addition to the annual and special town meetings and making those appointments, are occasionally to appoint members of other boards or commissions or temporary committees that may be approved by town meeting. If a particular article at an annual or special town meeting calls for the creation of a new committee or a study commission or any other group of people who are supposed to be undertaking a particular project for town government, then depending on the terms of the article that's being voted on, the moderator may have some appointing authority for that group. And so at this point, I've completed my first term, my first 3 years as moderator, which means that I've presided over 3 annual town meetings from 2009 through 2011, and 6 special town meetings, which have occurred roughly twice a year since in the past 3 years. And my re-election this year as town moderator will give me another 3-year term.
How did you first get started in the role of town moderator 3 years ago?
Well, I was a town meeting member, first elected back in 1987, which was 7 years after I moved into town with my family. I served as a town meeting representative for 18 years, from 1987 to 2005. During that period of time, got involved in a number of other activities in town, both on the government side as well as on the volunteer side. Served on a number of other committees, including the school committee, the master plan steering committee, and the several other school-related committees. And over the course of my various involvements in town, I became quite interested in one day serving as moderator if the position opened up, because I thought the town meeting form of government was just an excellent form of government, and one that I thought worked particularly well in Shrewsbury and worked particularly well as a representative form of town meeting. So I thought that if the position ever opened someday, that I'd be interested in going after the job.
Why would you like to serve another term?
Well, for two reasons. First of all, my first 3 years in the job have been extremely enjoyable to me. I feel that I've put in a lot of time studying the procedural rules, getting to know the various players involved in running town meeting, from the town government side of the aisle to the town meeting representatives, who are 240 representatives who are elected to represent the 10 precincts that we have. This is the first year that we're adding a 10th precinct. And I've spent a lot of time becoming familiar with not only the people involved, but with the procedural rules and the issues that are discussed at town meeting. And I think that because of the investment of time and study that I've made, and hopefully done a reasonably good job in presiding over my first 9 annual and special town meetings, I would like to have the chance to continue in the job for a while longer, so that all the investment that I've put into it, I'll be able to carry out the responsibilities for at least a few more years to come.